welcome to URL. I'm your host, Courtney Miller. Today in the chat, I have with me Mythical chef Josh Scherer. Hello, sir.
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm so good. You're legally required to hang out with me for the next hour. Josh is an incredible food man. He is good at food, all things food, and yapping. He's a professional gum flapper, whether it's eating or chatting. And so we're going to be doing mostly chatting and then talking about eating today.
That sounds wonderful. I like the idea of being a professional gum flapper. I think when any of my cousins ask me what I do for a living and how does it make money, I'm just going to say I flap my gums and then somehow it happens.
That's such an uncle thing to say.
Know.
Wait, did you say cousins or nephews?
No, but it's always the uncles who are just like, well, how does it make money?
Yeah. And you just be like, I'll be flapping my gums for free? No. Okay, awesome. Well, I'm so excited to hang out with you today. We are going to, at the end, upon investigation, decide whether or not you are allowed online.
Does this judgment hold any sort of legal weight? Like, if you decide that I shouldn't be allowed online, can I leave? It's really tiring. It's very tiring to be online. Can I go home?
We'll decide. Well, if I declare you're not allowed online, I will have my reasons. And say a private investigator decides to seek me out on investigation about you, I will have to disclose that information.
That'd be so great if you could just let me leave.
You're done. If you could just keep eating food and cooking and never have to make content again and just keep living the life that you'd live, would you stop contenting?
Yes, please.
Did that make sense?
No, it 100% did. I think about that a lot, and I feel like it's I don't want to sound disrespectful to the incredible community that we've built over years, and I get DMs from people that say the content means a lot to them, and that's really, really cool. It's hard to do, and I enjoy doing it less than just cooking for people. But working in a restaurant is obviously way harder to do than what I do and what you do. But if there's a world in which I could just cook a bunch of cool food for me and my friends and have that take up my entire day, I can work out, I can read, I can play fantasy football in my off time. I think that'd be a very, very fulfilling life for me.
That sounds really nice. So you're kind of a Jon Snow content creator where it's I don't want it.
Yeah, 100%. I can't do the accent, but 100%. I will show my ass in a cave though.
Did he do
Is that where he showed his ass in a cave?
Did he show his ass in a cave? Maybe he did in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I think it's the first time he and Ygritte make love, and she goes, "Is that what lords do for their ladies with their tongues?" That scene meant a lot to me.
Amazing. So if anybody doesn't know Mythical Chef Josh, which would be very surprising, you started over at Good Mythical Morning with Rhett and Link and have grown to have Mythical Kitchen, and now you host a very successful interview show called Last Meals, among other things. So cool. I saw Hot Ones become a thing. It's that's such a genius premise. Who could think of anything remotely as good, if not better than that? And then lo and behold, Last Meals comes about, and it's dream show. I think it makes everybody think about what their last meal would be and about life and death. And that's honestly the goal, right?
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, we say on the show, we all have two things in common. We all got to eat and we're all going to die. And it feels really cool to be doing the thing that you feel like you were meant to do in a way.
Oh, that's great.
And nothing more than Last Meals feels like that for me. And it all came about kind of really naturally because, like you said, Mythical Kitchen, it was more of just a straight cooking show before we launched Last Meals. And we were just kind of mining around trying to find what's a clever spin on a cooking video that we could do. And I was like, well, I'd love to cook my own last meal. And so I did that. I made a carne asada burrito, a whole loaf of garlic bread with ranch for dipping, and then a shrimp cocktail. And I cooked that, but I couldn't stop very seriously, but also sarcastically talking about death and mortality because it's something I think about all the time. And we got a bunch of comments from people that were like, hey, we would love to see you and also other people talk about death as it relates to food like that. And then we got this idea of doing this guest show. And I will never forget the nervousness of when I searched to see if that concept already existed. Celebrity guests eating their actual last meals. And I was just someone has to have done it. Someone has to have done it. And then we found that no one really had. We were just go. Produce it, get it up, get it up.
That is such a crazy feeling of does this exist yet?
Yeah.
And then you search and you can't find anything. I was surprised that there was no podcast or show called URL.
Yeah.
Like this. So that it's
and also touching on I love how much of it almost a very earnest academic interest you have in online culture. And I love learning about it. Even hearing you and Drew Gooden talk about the history of Vine. I was never on Vine. I just entirely missed that part of culture. And so it is something that's so important. It touches so many people. And like talking to you outside of the podcast, I know how much of an interest and how much it's touched your own life. It's really cool. The thing I do love about making content is that it gives you an excuse to drill down into your nerdiest niche.
Oh yeah.
And then you can just live in that. And that's awesome.
I love it. It's a great form of self-expression. And speaking of sharing, Josh, are you a sharer at the dinner table? Get it? 'Cause I just now got that as I said it out loud.
Yeah, because my
Your last
name is Sherry. Yeah.
I literally asked Mike before he started rolling. I was like, "So is this a pun? Or like, are we talking about
Is that a
sharing?"
Mike joke?
Even I was like, I don't know.
I literally was like, "Oh, are we talking about like sharing posts? Is that like a pun on sharing posts or like sharing food?" And then now in this moment, as I said it out loud, mythical chef Josh sharer at the dinner table. Do you share at the dinner table?
I do share at the dinner table, but if we can go back to the pronunciation of my last name.
I saying it wrong?
No, it is, but not according to everybody in my family. I recently learned out that my Nana, who's like kind of the matriarch of the family, she's technically my aunt, but she's like 90 years old. She has been pronouncing our last name, Scherer, with one syllable her whole life, simply share.
Okay.
But when you say it quickly, like, hey, my name's Barbara Cher, is her name. And so like I always assumed that she was adding the extra ER because it's there. And so literally she's like, no, our last name is Cher, not Scherer. And I was like, that's crazy. And then some people pronounce it Scheer because it's just a German name. It means like someone who shears a sheep.
Oh.
In German, it's like Scherer or something like that.
Whoa.
You know?
Miller is someone who runs a mill.
Yeah.
It's for the term, I think it's Russian or I think it's German for Mueller, which is still running a mill.
It's the same. But I love share plates.
You love sharing, and your middle name should be Over.
It should. I really do overshare. You got to make so much content, you just end up talking about stuff.
I always love being in content with you. Like when you had me over at Mythical Kitchen we made ramen sloppy joes, I think, or Korean sandwich sloppy joes. That was incredible. Working with you and performing with you is like a dance of improv and yapping. It's great. What was the first thing you saw online this morning, Josh? This episode of URL is brought to you by Uncommon Goods. I'm counting down the days until the holidays, and that means it's gift giving time. And this is why I use Uncommon Goods. It makes holiday shipping stress-free, and there are one-of-a-kind gifts. I love using it for gifts for all occasions because it's such a wide variety of gifts for any type of person on any type of day. If you're stuck trying to find something, don't worry. Uncommon Goods has all their gifts in an interest category, so you can easily find a gift for that special someone, like games and puzzles, tech, even gardening. There are also some super unique items that I just had to purchase. I'm gifting a little something to myself, Tech Taffy Desk Duster. It's a magical goo that will clean your keyboard and your devices while having a little fun. Don't you love something that's a tool but also a little bit of whimsy? Ugh, I'm dying. So don't wait. Make this holiday the year you give something truly unforgettable. To get 15% off your next gift, go to uncommongoods.com/URL. That's uncommongoods.com/URL for 15% off. Don't miss out on this limited time offer. Uncommon Goods, we're all out of the ordinary. Back to the show.
The first thing I saw online this morning, I probably picked up my phone at about 5:30 in the morning, and I've been really trying not to look at my phone before I get up and out and into the gym, which is what I do most mornings. But last night, this is going to date when the episode is, and that's totally fine. I looked at the Mythical Kitchen Instagram page to see how our little preview of Christoph Waltz just saying his last meal was, because I was like, oh, this seems to be popping off. Cool, I'm going to go to bed. And then in the morning I checked it and I was like, whoa, people seem really excited about Christoph Waltz. And I'm really excited about Christoph Waltz.
Okay.
So that was it.
So it's like the video is going viral?
I don't know. What does viral mean to you? What's the threshold?
I think in maybe like in over 1 million.
Over 1 million? It did that, but is 1 million viral anymore?
No, I guess you're right, because Smosh's TikTok will hit 12 million on something, and you're like, what is going on?
Which is kind of indicative of the whole culture, where it's just a perennial arms race. You're on a hamster wheel, and you run faster and you get more views, but it never quite seems like enough.
No, remember when you get 1 million views and then you're like, you're on Ellen.
Yeah, that was it. The yodeling kid in Walmart, I listened to his music the other day. He's still making music, just came out with an album.
It's nice.
He's very talented. It's not my style, but
puberty did not fail him. He still can sing.
Good. Mason Ramsey.
Yeah,
you pulled that top of header. That was
Ramsey was in my head. I didn't know his first name. I knew his last name. Live long dream.
What was the first thing you saw online this morning? What are people looking at online?
I actually have to show you. I have the video here. Wow. I sent it to Mike because I need to show you this that I saw.
I found out that I didn't get the Rams defense on waiver wires. Actually, was probably the first thing.
That's a sentence I cannot process. The Rams, like the football players.
Yeah, fantasy football. That's how I stay in contact with all my best friends from college. We're all in a
That's really
fantasy
sweet.
football league.
That's awesome. I love long-standing things. Okay, so this is my new favorite food reviewer that I just wanted to show you this clip.
That's bushes. That's bushes baked beans right there. That's bushes baked beans. Ain't fooling me.
She's probably right.
Mac and cheese. Oh man, mac and cheese.
Is she happy or sad?
Yuck!
Yuck!
The funny thing about, let's break down the words yuck and yum right here. This is what we're doing right now. The interesting thing, especially if you elongate the you don't know where it's going to go. I thought she was going to say yum because that mac and cheese did look nice. I would have eaten that mac and cheese. But then she hit you with the yuck. That was a classic, like, suspense, boom, misdirection. You know? I had no idea where she was going.
I think when a mac and cheese is super pale like that, I'm hesitant. I just love that this is a content creator and she is reviewing to her truth and going, yuck! Imagine being that food company.
Yeah.
Someone just takes a bite of mac and cheese and goes, yuck! It keeps going.
I think you have to go into every food experience thinking that the person who made it did it completely in good faith and with their whole heart. And that if you said anything negative about it, especially just for like the views and attention, right? Like even like I know like professional food critics, right? I knew the only food critic to ever win a Pulitzer, Jonathan Gold. I wasn't like close with him, but we were working at the same time. And he deliberately never wrote anything negative about a restaurant. He was like, I'm here to shed light on the restaurants, the greatest restaurants in the world and the greatest city in the world and the people who own them. And if he ever had a negative thing to say, he like couched it in so much beautiful artistry and empathy. And so I don't know. I feel so old when I talk about this stuff because I'll see someone like clowning on food in a TikTok, you know, and I just think about the hands that made that food.
Oh, that's so real.
We tried and we went through a phase where he had me do like 3 like TikTok. Josh reacts to crazy food TikToks because people were doing that like 4 years ago.
Right.
And I did, and I couldn't stop just sort of like breaking the fourth wall and being like, okay, well, so this person is deliberately doing this for rage bait.
Right.
And the fact that we're doing it means that it absolutely works. And not only that, there's one guy, this is true. There's one guy, he's a former magician that actually has a bunch of these like relatively conventionally attractive white women in well-lit kitchens. And he has made a factory where they're making these rage bait videos of like putting nacho slop on a counter with no plates. Like all of that is manufactured for rage. You know, and you reacting to it is merely completing. So I wasn't very good at TikTok react videos because I'd watch other people do them because I wanted to give an earnest try at it. And other people would just be like, nope, that's disgusting. And then that'd be it. And I'd be like, what the are we doing here, man?
And then it's just like a 7-layer dip of rage bait reactions.
Yeah,
and rage. I know,
just
that's so
feeding
real.
pigs to pigs. You know what? Stop it.
No, I love the experience and the knowledge that you have because not everybody has this, you know, like people be just throwing cabbage in foil and throwing it in the oven.
Wait, that's a really good recipe. Wait, does it
viral
involve cabbage?
Cabbage boil.
No, there's a viral cabbage boil?
Yeah.
What are they doing to it? I love cabbage.
Boiling.
I run through at least a head of cabbage a week. I love it.
Cabbage?
Yeah, it's my favorite vegetable.
How do you eat cabbage?
Any which way. You can quarter. I got a new cabbage.
You got a new
I got a
cabbage?
new cabbage. Just invented.
Breaking news.
It's called a sugar cone cabbage from Row 7 Seed Company. Not a sponsor. But they're inventing new vegetables up in New York. Somehow we made friends with them and they send us all their new vegetables that they invent.
Whoa.
And it's called sugar cone cabbage. It's this beautiful like conical cabbage that comes to a sharp point.
Conical, so it's like long like a corn?
It's like a cone, like a traffic cone shape, but it's like perfectly symmetrical. It's a gorgeous crop. And so I cut it into quarters and I like seared it. Yeah, look at that sugar cone cabbage, man. It's incredible.
Wow.
Yeah, and so I cut that into quarters and then I like salted it and I seared it and then I oven roasted it and I made like a pomegranate molasses and caraway glaze with a little bit of vinegar and Aleppo chili and then put it on a bed of lebna and ate it with crusty bread and it made me so happy.
Crusty bread, oh my goodness.
What's this viral cabbage recipe?
So there's these pickle reviewers, this mother and daughter
That's a job?
who introduced it to me. They literally, this mother and daughter have created a career together as content creators. Like at first it was just like reviewing pickles and different kinds of pickle companies and types of pickles. And it's evolved and now they're doing all kinds of food content now. It's so interesting the directions you can go with content of like the simple things, just trying pickle. Are you a very online person? Do you consider yourself online or offline? What do you think? What's your relationship with the internet?
I feel like compared to all of my like friends from real life, all the guys in the fantasy football team, my friends who have like jobs where they're like, I'm a medical researcher. I'm like the most online compared to them. But then I feel like compared to all of like my industry colleagues, I'm not online at all comparatively. So it's kind of a weird place to be in. Like I didn't grow up very online. And I feel like everything I do online now, I fully deleted my Twitter because that place got super weird.
Right. Green flag,
They're
green flag.
just inventing new racisms just for Twitter. It's incredible.
Yeah. Let's invent more vegetables and less racism.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm
This
trying to say.
episode's brought to you by Roast 7 Seed Company. Try the new coconut squash. It's really sweet.
I'm sorry. Okay,
But yeah, so no, I didn't like grow up very online. I didn't own a smartphone until I was like 24. I was posting on Instagram because I'd started a food blog, but I would literally borrow my roommates' iPhones to log into my Instagram account, upload photos of food from a digital camera, transfer it, and upload it there, and then give them back their phone and go, thank you, be back next week. I didn't even have a laptop until I was like 22. I had brought a desktop computer to college.
When you did have that desktop computer, like, what were you browsing much? Were you online much over there? Or was it mostly like food blogs?
What would I have been doing online? Addictinggames.com, I remember that.
Yeah,
that was
that's
a
a good
fun
one.
thing.
That's a good one.
There's something called E-Bombs World that people found delight in.
Classic.
I didn't really enjoy that. A lot of reading about sports.
Okay.
I'd be on like ESPN.com.
Okay.
Still am. I remember I had one thing where I would interact with people. I was part of a chat room. It was a chat room. It was called rootzoo.com.
Root Zoo.
And I would have been maybe 16 at this time on like the family desktop, but I was a latchkey kid. My brother's away at college. And so I would go to rootzoo.com, and it was kind of like a Reddit situation, but like a very, I don't know, seemed like a close-knit community. And everyone was just like really cool and nice.
Aw.
And there were even like some older people that would like give me life advice.
Oh.
And in just like a really sweet, pure way. And I have nothing but like great things to say about going to rootzoo.com. I doubt it exists anymore.
Root Zoo.
But whoever
That's
created
so
rootzoo.com, know that like 15, 16-year-old me there felt very safe, and it was actually a really beneficial time to, be able to talk to adults in a weird way. Not even, well, in a non-weird way.
And as
So
relatively,
not in a weird way.
Relatively,
No one was weird to me. I was weird to
relatively
them.
less weird. I think my very first chat room experience was like there was this one website called like InkThink or like something where it was literally just you'd go on, you'd enter different rooms where like up to a bunch of people could all play a game of like guess what the person is drawing, and you just like type in what you think they're drawing, and then it's your turn to draw, and then you could start direct chats with people that you meet in those rooms. I can't remember what it was called. It was like InkThink or InkQuink. That
Not
feels like a
Ink
weird
Kink. You
word.
don't go to inkkink.com.
Not InkKink.
Well.
Not InkKink.
Rootzoo had a thing that was like a photo caption contest every week where they'd like upload like a photo from the sports world, and you would write what you thought the funniest caption was, and like I won it like 3 weeks in a row. And I was so stoked.
He's on
and
fire.
I remember talking to someone, some people were like talking crap about women's sports, and then there's like this one like female user, and like she started firing back like very good valid points, and I think that was the first time that I'd like probably interacted with the term feminism or like a feminist person. And like we'd talk and I'd be like, what a new idea that I've been introduced to as a 15-year-old growing up in like a deeply red area with a single father.
No, I love that you can find those corners when you're young, and like it's being fortunate to find in arguably like those good places where it's like,
Yeah.
oh, you got to learn. Like I have so many websites where I'm like, oh, thank God I came across those things because I learned
But I
so much.
understand a lot of younger people on the internet found the bad places.
Yes, they have.
And that scares me. That makes me very scared.
So if the internet didn't have the role that it did in your life, where do you think you would be mentally now?
That's an interesting thought experiment. I feel like I don't want to give the internet too much credit, but like I think I still would have ended up in roughly the same place. This is very much on brand, but I used to do spoken word poetry in college. Because one great part of the internet on YouTube, spoken word poetry. You got, Anis Mojgani out there, George Watsky, Kate Rakowski, the greats. Everyone knows them. Shout out. But yeah, I started writing this poem. I never actually performed it, but it was like to those who prevented my radicalization.
Oh.
And it was this thing that I very actively thought about where I kind of grew up in a perfect storm of potentially being that guy who, I guess if it was 10 years, later, kind of like the Andrew Tate archetype. Because I grew up with like, you know, talk about oversharing, like grew up with a mom that had severe mental illness and, you know, really messy divorce, a dad who was, you know, well-meaning, but would still just say things like, women are crazy and they'll ruin your life. And my experience was 1-for-1 with not crazy, but somebody who had schizophrenia. And so as a little kid, when you're like internalizing all that kind of stuff, and then growing up in like a deeply red area where there was a lot of, you know, heavy evangelical Christianity that had its own form of sort of misogyny. Yeah, there was, in growing up in the sports world too. You know, I spent so much time at public gyms at the 24-hour fitness from the age of like 14 to 18 and getting kind of like mentors there. And like, I don't think people understand how much radical right-wing politics you are simply exposed to at a gym.
Oh my gosh,
it is
so real.
Crazy. Like, it's just a thing. We went and shot in a gym recently and they just had like, don't tread on me posters.
Okay.
Their like merch was like, don't tread on me. And they were like, want a t-shirt? And I was like, I got so many tees.
I've got too many shirts officially.
But yeah,
suddenly.
so there were a lot of people in my real life, you know, professors in college, just people that I met from. I remember meeting a girl freshman year of college who like came from a very different world up in Berkeley, and her mom was an academic, and learning about stuff from her. And so I think there's a limit to online interactions. I think there is a limit to how sort of important they can be sometimes. And I think having like a face-to-face interaction is so much more powerful. And I don't want people to confuse the two. I don't want people to confuse the idea of like community with like people that I talk to online.
Right, or just
That's
like
not real
something you
community.
see. Yeah.
Yeah.
When I try and put myself in this same mental experiment, like as you called it, I feel like if I didn't have the internet, I had books, knowing that like I came to figure myself out and know that I'm queer and have explored like gender fluidity, like that I think I would hope, despite my upbringing and the world and the town that I was in, that was very not like inclusive. I feel like I still would have found.
Yeah,
my
you
way
would have
in that
found
way,
Anne
yeah.
Rice books. Anyone? Big Anne Rice fans in the chat?
I was really into YA. Like I was super into like fictional. Oh shit! I was very into fictional young adult novels.
What YA worlds did you like fall into the deepest?
So I wasn't a Twilight girly, but I was a Wolves of Mercy Falls girly.
I did not know that was a
Which
dichotomy.
was not werewolves, but it's a series. I only read the first 3 and I thought there was no more, but it turns out there's a bunch more, and it's like I'm a little too old to read those. It was so good. It was like these people who were attacked by wolves in the wintertime, if it got cold enough, they would turn into wolves, I think.
But it's not a werewolf?
Not a werewolf, like
Because it's not
full-on wolf.
moon-based, it's temperature-based.
It's temperature-based.
Okay, gotcha.
I don't know why.
Do they call them like lycanthropes or like lichens?
I don't think so, but it was juvenile, like at the surface, but then like the plot was very unique of like, oh, we're gonna try and cure this disease that these people have where they turn into wolves when they're too cold. And they use like having a fever and like injecting like feverous blood into you, like to like try and cure the werewolfness. And there was like a whole wolf war. It gets big. I loved these books so much. And like my nieces and nephews are getting to that age and they all love books. And I'm like, should I like tell them to read those books? But yeah, those were my favorite, very trendy books that we've just referenced.
Are they trendy?
I think so. Twilight,
Oh,
Golden
Twilight.
Compass.
Yeah.
Speaking of trends, shall we get into some internet food trends? I'd love
Great
to get your
segue. I want to give
perspective
you your
on some.
flowers for the segue.
Yeah, I tried. I really stretched that one. I hope you
No, I interrupted
enjoyed.
you. We can get it clean if you want. I'm sorry.
Nope. This is all
It's hard.
staying
Hosting is
in.
hard. Hosting an interview is tough.
hard,
It fucking
Josh.
sucks.
I'm
you know?
still figuring it
Do you get
out.
the hangover? Do you get the like hosting hangover where you go home and you're like, I don't really
My head
wanna
hurts.
talk. Yeah.
My head hurts because I'm flexing my face the whole time, but I enjoy it. And it's like it's cool to have a new challenge after doing Smosh for 10 years to be now learning something new. So
Can I ask you questions about hosting and interviewing people?
oh God.
No, I'm curious how your brain works. Like I've noticed when I do it, I'm sweating because like it's like chess players or even like gamers where your brain is just going as
You're working.
hard as it can. And so for me, I'm like trying to listen and be engaged, but you can only do it at about 65% because I also have an internal monologue that's like running through potential questions. So I'm kind of staring at someone, hearing what they're saying, half listening while trying to figure out the next thing to say. And it's like there's a double helix of thoughts in my head. Do you get
Yes,
that?
there's certainly a lot going on up here. But Josh, I have to give you credit where it's due. Like, you are significantly more intelligent than me. Do not debate that. Your brain has more tracks than mine. Like, the synapses are working harder in yours than mine. Like, I've unofficially diagnosed but discussed with therapists ADHD. And I have like a constant panic that I'm pushing back into the closet as I'm trying to maintain this, and I'm just like so nervous about things going well that I will sometimes just draw a blank, or like will just take on whatever the guest is saying, and instead of having my own personality and thoughts.
Oh, that's a big thing. The like mimicry.
Yeah, I'm really bad at mirroring.
They call it like fawning, like fight, flight, fawn kind of
There's
thing.
something
Where
like
sometimes
that.
you get that panic and you're like, I'm gonna act like whatever you do.
Yeah, truly. So I'm learning a lot about being able to have opinions and not just like drawing blank out of fear of disrespecting or disagreeing with the guest. Like so many random things like that.
I want you to practice being antagonistic towards me on this show.
I'm trying in general with this show.
Call me a piece of shit.
You are a piece of shit that I
agree.
love, Josh.
Oh,
Shall we get into some internet food trends?
Let's do it. I love
Let's
them.
do it. So we talked about one of the food trends that you said was like the very rage baity, like insanely cooked is the Gen Z term now, but it's like those food trends that are just ridiculous, like the nachos on the counter. How do you feel about those in general?
I'm trying to think if there's any corollary. Like a thing I strongly believe about the internet in culture in general is that there's an analog in previous generations for everything, right? Like people being worried that kids are addicted to Call of Duty is the same thing as the moral panic about pinball halls in the 1970s, right? There were
Really?
people like shutting down pinball halls because they thought that society would collapse because they
Pinball
were going
halls,
to get
like a place where just people could play pinball?
yeah, like that was like a thing, and
people
I
were
think especially in
concerned
Britain, it was like a big weird moral panic about pinball halls. But like I don't know, this making content purely to engage in rage and disappointment and ultimately engagement seems bad, and I hate it. I don't like. I've certainly made some content like that, but I think maybe this is in the eye of the beholder because I think that it's actually like fun, weird social commentary, but maybe these people also think that, so maybe I'm also the bad person.
Are you talking about like the ones where it's like, if here's how I would cook this Disney character?
No, I think that's hilarious. I love that.
That fills me with rage. I'll be honest.
Can I tell you the kind of like history behind that a little bit, or at
Sure,
least like
please.
the weird?
Yeah, because tell our audience what those are if they haven't seen them.
It all started with an article that I wrote for LosAngelesMagazine.com that I think you can still find in 2015, where Pokemon Go was big, and I said 25 Pokemon and how I'd cook and eat them as a professional chef. And it was just literally, I mean, probably clickbait back then, and I think it got 10,000 views, which is a lot for this stupid little magazine blog at the time. And then I decided roughly 10 years later that I should turn that into like a little TikTok series. And so I basically just read from the article that I wrote 10 years ago, and then that got 10,000 views, and now the TikToks have combined, I think, gotten like 100 million across platforms.
Whoa!
So that's cool, but I kind of like adopted this weird persona where I'm super like monotone and straight-faced, and all the dishes that I say I would cook with the Pokemon are all like very legit dishes, ranging from like michote de conejo, which anytime there's like a rabbit character, that's a fun thing you can cook. It's like a pre-Hispanic dish from the state of Puebla in Mexico. So it's like very self-serious. But I remember watching this Michelin-starred French chef who's very serious go on TikTok and make a video that clearly his younger PR team was telling him he had to make. And he goes, okay, I understand that butter board is a trend on TikTok, and I am French, so we love butter. I've never put it on a board, I guess, but here we go. We have this beautiful cultured butter from Normandy. Of course, Normandy has the best cows in all of France. My grandmother had their house. And he's like, and you can just see the person shaking, be like, no, so it's like you put like little things on the butter. And then he just like spreads this beautiful Normandy butter on a board and puts sea salt on it and goes, there is the TikTok trend butter board.
Oh my God.
And I was just like so pained watching this. I was like, no, you should be like reducing a bordelaise sauce right now and worried about if the dining room is clean.
So you have notes.
Yeah.
I love that. You're cooking. You're giving feedback internally. Yeah. I mean, I could argue that your Pokemon videos are a little bit rage baity cooking videos.
Potentially, yeah. We've made rage baitier cooking videos too. There's another one that I actually think this, I think I'm awesome. No, I think this is like, to me, it's social commentary. We do these videos that's like, I made this $27,000 burger find out how. And I'm just making a normal ass burger. And then we bought like a fake Rolex from, a local person.
Yeah.
And there we go. And now we're going to add a $26,500 Rolex. This is the, Poseidon 3 model from 1987. And we put it inside the burger and cook it because you have so many of these engagement bait videos that are like, I got a $5,000 pizza in Dubai. And they're just like putting $80 worth of caviar on it and $30 worth of gold flake and then calling it $5,000. And it's just these like stupid facile things that to me I'm parodying.
Yeah, no, that low-key sounds like a Smosh video. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm putting
I take inspiration from the best.
Yeah, no. Like, that's a sketch. I hear you.
Yeah.
So I get it. That's very funny.
But maybe the people who make the rage bait content also think that they're doing something clever. I don't know.
This episode of URL is brought to you by ZocDoc. It's the end of the year. Where did the time go? I think it's time to do a little check-in. Did you remember to schedule your doctor's appointments? 2026 is right around the corner. I'm talking about your annual checkups, your bi-yearly dentist cleaning, your dermatologist appointment. The list goes on. But why not make it easy with ZocDoc? ZocDoc is a free app and website where you can search and compare high-quality in-network doctors and click to instantly book an appointment. It's important to me to find a doctor that I really like, and that might seem like a challenge, but with ZocDoc, there are verified patient reviews, which can actually help you find the perfect fit. Appointments made through ZocDoc also happen fast, typically within 24 to 72 hours of booking. More often than not, you may even find a same-day appointment. Are you feeling less stressed out yet? Because I am. I'm always nervous that when I find a good doctor that they're not under my insurance. ZocDoc will never let that happen. Stop putting off those doctor's appointments and go to ZocDoc.com/URL to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today. That's ZocDoc.com/URL. ZocDoc.com/URL. Back to the show. Okay, what's your least favorite food trend right now?
What are the food trends right now? I try not to scroll or be on the internet at all. I've started doing a thing where I don't, I just walk around with a paperback book generally.
You performative male.
Yes. Yeah, 100%. 100%. I cannot stress this enough. Our phones are unfiltered cigarettes.
No, they are.
Like, it's just, we all know it. We all know it. We're all doing nothing about it. If you read the work of Jonathan Haidt, he wrote an incredible book called The Anxious Generation.
Is that about us?
No, younger than us. I think you're on the cusp. You're like 95.
Yeah.
You're like right on that cusp.
How did you know that?
The 2 tracks.
Yes, your millions of synapses.
But no, he wrote about the anxious generation, and basically all of the anxiety that Gen Z is dealing with does seem really unique to its generation. He has a lot of statistics, but a point that he made that I thought was really interesting is we made so many laws to protect young people in physical spaces of making everything safer, and we made almost no laws to protect them in digital spaces.
So real, so real. I also think about we're doing all these things that are preventing our bodies from adapting and evolving.
Like Thai kickboxers kick trees until their shins turn into like metal rods.
So that's evolving. But then do you think generations from now, do you think that family, their shins are going to get harder and harder?
I think that would be how it works.
That's what I'm saying. Right? Like, it's just we are creating a situation where you never have to get up.
Yeah. We're like Wall-E. We're going to Wall-E.
We're getting so close to Wall-E. Like, we are getting so close to Wall-E. You know what I mean? Like, we have that gamer chair. It's just not floating. We have the instant delivery of a new shake.
People don't know how to cook no more.
Yeah, and like in Wall-E, their bones are going away.
Their bones are going away.
Their bones are going away in that movie, and they eventually start. They're like, hopefully, our bones will come back.
You ever see a grandma forearm, like a Polish grandma forearm? She's been rolling like pierog dough for 30 years. Those forearm muscles are gonna go away because ain't nobody rolling out dough. You know what I was doing last night at 11 p.m.?
No,
I was rolling out dough.
You were?
I was.
Is that what you call gooning?
No.
What were you rolling?
I don't
dough
call
for?
it gooning. No, sometimes Julia's been out of town for a couple days, so I kind of got it all out of my system. You know what I mean?
Rolling dough for what?
I'm making a fugacetta.
Ooh, yum!
It's a regionally specific Argentinian pizza.
Oh,
and
yum.
if I could just be doing that all the time, that'd be cool. What are the food trends that exist right now?
But the trends that are kind of going on right now, it's Dubai chocolate.
Okay.
It's the protein obsession of trying to just secretly sneak protein into everything. Really, really intense about fiber. Yeah. You know, there's the cottage cheese trends that are going around.
That's a 40-year-old trend at this point, baby. The cottage cheese, that was big in the 80s.
Truly.
Everything that's old is new again.
I think I need to figure out how to make cottage cheese doable for me. I struggle with it.
You don't need to do it. Eat Greek yogurt. That's our people's cottage cheese. Like, okay, I have so much to say about every single trend.
You have so much to say about everything.
Should I say it? I know.
Go.
Which one? Dubai chocolate?
Dubai chocolate. We said it first.
Dubai chocolate. Crazy that the previously, if you look at the cultures that connoted wealth, like all of the fine dining restaurants in America were basically like French and still are. France still has a majority of like Michelin starred restaurants, et cetera, et cetera. And then like Japan in some sort of like weird Japanophilic 80s, like the 80s auto wars with Japan. We kind of like raised Japan and the idea of the shokunin into this like weird vaunted cultural epicenter. So we view those as fancy now, but this is the first time that I've seen Dubai used as like, this chocolate bar connotes wealth and fanciness.
Yeah.
And it has pistachios, which are like a little expensive, but not really. It's a delicious flavor combination. Pistachio is the best nut. And then kadayif or kataifi dough is really, really delicious. It's a shredded phyllo dough. It's fantastic, but there's absolutely nothing super special about it or anything that hasn't been done before.
It's just the marketing, you think?
100%. It's weird. And then there was also the like strawberries in a cup with melted chocolate on it.
I love strawberries in a cup. I never bought one.
How did that even become a trend? Ruby Tando wrote a really fantastic book called All Consuming, where she kind of follows the trend of strawberries in a cup and the experience of waiting in line 4 hours for them in London, and kind of doing it almost as like a masochistic exercise of like, I know this is going to taste like strawberry and chocolate. I've had all this before, but I need to wait in line because people are already waiting in a line. Lines beget lines. Cottage cheese, protein.
Cottage cheese, protein. The obsession with protein. I am low key trying to find more ways to get more protein because I am trying to build muscle.
Yeah.
I am trying to have the biggest ass at Smosh.
Nice. Well, that's a clear goal.
That's what I'm
really
trying
like.
to do. But freaking Shane, he's beating me every day.
How's your progress?
I think I'm doing pretty good. I'm thinking I'm doing pretty good, but I just don't eat enough protein.
I think you do.
I need to eat like twice my weight in like. I need to
how much protein do you think you need to eat for your body?
I think I probably need to eat, if I want to be gaining the muscle, I'm pretty sure I have to be having like at least 200 grams.
So no way, man.
Shane said I had to do whatever my weight is. It's double that in grams of protein.
You just like eat foods, dude. Eat like foods, eat a lot of it and work hard and that's it.
Will.
And also you don't need to stress about any of this. You just like, you know what foods are very healthy and nutrient dense and you know what foods aren't. If I said like, hey, do you want like a rotisserie chicken or a bag of Doritos? Which one builds more muscle?
A rotisserie chicken?
You just make that decision more often than not and you're going to be fine. And the whole protein thing, they're trying to sell you on that. I can just keep ranting for days.
Don't have ChatGPT, just text Josh. That's what I'm learning right now.
I was talking about this
I don't
concept
have ChatGPT, by the way.
recently. So there's something, Marion Nessel writes about this in a book called Food Politics that's really fantastic, where if you're a large food corporation, you're publicly traded, your goal is to return your investors' investment by 10% each year, 10% growth each year. If you're a food company, the ways to do that are to increase prices 10%, or increase the amount people are consuming by 10%. You can't keep increasing the amount people are consuming by 10% because then you just get mass obesity epidemic and crazy public health costs. And also people just shouldn't eat 10% more year over year. If you increase prices 10% year over year, there's going to be riots in the streets, even though we have seen groceries.
This is happening. Yeah.
But it's not like YouTube where it's like, oh, people can just watch 10% more videos a day, or you can play more videos in your car or whatever. This is a finite amount that people can't eat. So they need to get creative with how to add value to get that 10% calorie gap.
Interesting.
And so they're putting the Barilla protein pasta has like 20%. It's like 8 grams versus
more.
6 grams.
Drew Gooden did a good video on protein.
Drew Gooden did an incredible video on that.
Yeah.
I loved it so much.
I loved it more than
That's
you.
2 grams. And he's so handsome and fit and the most jacked man to ever live. It's incredible.
Agreed. If you could send a message to all the protein obsessed food creators, what would you say? And I'll be your hype man.
To all the protein obsessed food creators out there, I think you really need to evaluate your own relationship with self and content and food, because it's never about the protein, right? It's about telling somebody that they're not enough. That's why you want to consume more protein, is because you feel that whatever you are currently doing is not enough. You want to have the biggest ass at Smosh. Maybe you want to have the biggest ass in the veterinary office that you're an assistant at. And I fully understand that. But also, no ass will be so big that it will actually fix the internal issues that are causing you to feel inadequate by that ass. And certainly no amount of protein-filled pasta will either get your ass or your heart to be at that level. We all just need to be 30% more okay with who we are and stop engaging in this insane arms race that is, of course, proffered by social media and all of the individual creators on it. We simply need to stop.
Yeah.
Mr. Miyagi said it best in The Karate Kid. Karate is not here. Karate's here.
That was a really great message. Reblog.
I still eat 200 grams of protein a day, and I can't figure out why.
That's good though.
My doctor said I should stop.
I found out I'm sodium deficient, and so then
Really?
now I feel better about the fact that I have ramen for breakfast.
Nice.
So talking about waiting 4 hours in line for strawberries in a cup. There, you know Keith Lee.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with Keith Leak, our treasurer. Keith Lee, his reviews will literally bring so much business to restaurants, and this happens with all kinds of reviewers, where then that restaurant is overwhelmed, and sometimes to a degree where it's like unable to function, which is so interesting. I wonder how common that is.
Yeah. No, it seemed, I mean, obviously it's not that common because Keith Lee can only go to so many restaurants.
No, and there was a billboard around the valley in LA where it was like, Keith Lee said our burgers were the best. Like,
I remember that.
Wild.
I know.
And now I think because people are over clogging up their restaurants, now we have gatekeeping coming back again. I have places that I love so much that I was posting, and I'm like, I don't want to post anymore. This place is already crowded as it is, and I don't want anyone else there. Do you have secrets?
No, I don't. I don't know. I feel like I don't post that often, not about work. If it's a restaurant that I really love, I like want to do the owners a solid, and I
Especially,
like post about it.
Unless it's like Chili's.
Yeah, unless
Chili's doesn't need our help.
Chili's doesn't. Chili's is actually one of the few places that's doing incredibly right now. It used to be Guy Fieri, right? Guy Fieri. I don't know why I said Fieri. It's Fieri. Yeah, I just didn't want to seem like a pick me,
Not to be confused with Woman Fieri.
Not with Woman
Your
Fieri.
co-judge
That's
on
correct.
Big City.
That's correct. But like it used to be Guy Fieri that would like show up and put his stamp on, and then people would all flood to that restaurant, and then you see the actual statistics, and I think he would probably fight this, but like anything, you get like a big influx of customers, and then people sort of forget, and then the same problems that you may have had as a business are always going to exist there. We've sort of just outsourced that now to a much larger platform that spreads all across people's phones, and you get Keith Lee. I think the people that own those businesses are probably stoked to have that revenue, but it's one of those things where you are, man, terrible analogy here, but I'm going to stand by it. It's giving one homeless person on the street $1,000. You know, that person's really stoked, and you haven't done anything to address a larger form of homelessness, which is like people need to have actual access to resources all across the board. Right now, like the restaurant industry is hurting so bad, especially since COVID. Like it is, in a big city like Los Angeles, damn near impossible to run a family-owned restaurant. I know so many places that are just eating debt right now, hoping that eventually something will change, they can crawl out of it. So it's like you see this one restaurant that was struggling, and it's a really incredible human interest story, and then it doesn't change the fact that 99% are really hurting. And that does not put anything on Keith Lee of being like, Keith Lee needs to go lobby Congress to like, you know, I don't know, decrease food costs right now or to freeze rent hikes. Like, not at all. Keith Lee is doing an incredible job doing what he does.
He is.
I kind of, the promise of social media, right? And I think you and I both grew up in this heavily techno-optimistic time where it was like, social media is going to allow people to communicate across countries, across cities, across states. And when you do that, they learn from each other's ideas, and the world is going to be a better place. And I was studying political science during the Arab Spring, where a lot of, at least at these like liberal institutions, like I was at UCLA at the time, the narrative was like, look, it's happening right now. Dictators are being toppled because people can talk on social media, and that's incredible. And then we went, oh no, the dictators learned how to use it too. But ruh-roh, what's going to happen then? But my point is this idea of like social media is going to create this sort of like global society which is going to be a good thing. Whereas I think what we need to do is getting back to making that global society comprised of individual healthy communities, right? Patronize your local library, your local bookseller, your local restaurants and bakeries, and not let these large chains, you know, sort of take over. You know, if you need to, I don't know, get like a grill brush, dude, go down to your local, you know, This place called Barbecues Galore, which I guess is a chain, but it's kind of failing.
Still, though.
Now, like even now, patronizing in-person chains feels like you're supporting a small business, as opposed to ordering something
just
from Amazon.
walking to somewhere, going to somewhere in person. Yeah.
Talk to people in person, dude.
Yeah.
Walk somewhere, man. It's nice.
Speaking of gatekeeping, because I feel like I kind of was gatekeeping in a way, we have a YouTuber we're gonna discuss.
I get very scared.
Greatest sandwich I've ever had. And I'm not telling you this where it's from.
I will. It's an egg, cheese, and avocado bagel.
Oh, this
from
guy,
Bagel Bible,
yes,
161
Geo
Street
Rainbow.
in New York City. You walked approximately 300
It's
feet
here.
north, and they did at this table.
Internet vigilantes. I think you're one of those.
You think I'm an internet vigilante?
I don't know, something about your vibe.
You know what a very specific thing I hate about that video is?
What?
Is that we, for so long, we grew up reading 1984 and worried about like a police surveillance state, watch Minority Report, and you go, that seems bad. And then we made one ourselves by filming ourselves all the goddamn time for attention because we don't think that we're enough. And so anyways, I see something like Rainbolt and I'm just like, oh, we're cooked. All this is getting fed into AI bots now. There's just
no.
Some dude was just taking a selfie in the gym locker room the other day while I'm naked behind him. Like,
First
what's
of all,
wrong with you, man? I'm not gonna rat on him.
That's
I'm
against the
not
rule.
an
No,
asshole.
rat on him.
But yeah, no, it's really deeply unsettling to me.
No,
that this
Avengers
exists.
Avengers Civil War is becoming real, which was the enemy was creating an AI system that will predict crimes based on your online behavior and posts, and that is actively being created right now.
Yeah, I think like Rainbolt is incredibly, and I'm not saying like he himself is doing anything immoral. I'm saying
I think
like
it's relatively
we as a
harmless.
we as a society have done this to
is.
ourselves.
We are filming ourselves constantly.
I am nicer to cashiers. I was never mean to cashiers, but like to be clear, but like I will be more actively like smiley and haha in case one of them is a fan and wants to post about our interaction on Reddit.
And only cashiers?
No, like normal, like other people too, but anyone in public.
Yeah.
You're hungover at an airport.
Yeah.
And I'm just smiling like a dickhead in case somebody sees. I remember once there was a Reddit post about me of somebody that saw me at a concert, and they were like, Josh looked really pissed off. Like he seems like a happy guy, but it's a lie.
What?
And that's what we've done. We've just, we've turned the promise of social media uniting people to topple, autocrats into just everybody monitoring each other's emotions all the time.
No, it's very strange. Like, a lot of YouTube personas and creators are introverts and different in real life. And I feel like the world forgot that because in these newer years, it's like people are online and having an online presence more than offline presence and forgetting like, no, this is just for the content. Not everybody is like this all the time. I think there's a weird misconception that this is how people just should act. In real life, I am a lot lower energy and I'm just I'm just nice. I was going to say, I'm just nice to cashiers and nice to people at restaurants and stuff because they deserve people to be nice to them.
I am too, but like, I'm not smiling like a dickhead the most people.
Right. Speaking of analyzing online behavior, Josh, it's time to load you into the hot seat.
Do I have to move? I'm quite comfortable.
No, you're fine.
Oh, thank God.
There's a butt print from whoever else was there before you. And I'm sure it's very comfortable. Actually, it was Trevor. The last person who sat there was Trevor.
Well, he's got a big juicy dumper and I fit right into it.
Not as big as mine. I'm going to be the biggest.
With protein pasta by Barilla.
Okay. I'm going to ask you a series of questions that will help me determine whether or not you're allowed online.
Yeah, chef.
You've had some green flags and red flags so far. A little bit. But let's figure it out. First question. Can we look at your screen time and what apps are you using the most?
Oh, God. I don't want to look at it. I don't even know how to find it. Oh, God. Daily average of 5 hours and 59 minutes.
Go to your week. And I
Ew.
want to see what apps you're in a week.
I'm on. Okay.
Oh my God.
Does this count like resting time?
I know, like when it's like just on in the background.
Yeah, like Spotify.
Wow. So Instagram by a lot.
Yeah, I don't really go on TikTok very much, and I deleted Twitter.
Wow. It goes Instagram, Spotify, YouTube, Messages, ESPN, Safari, and Notes. You're in Notes a lot.
Yeah, so when I research guests for last meals, I always I'll listen to an interview and then I'll write in my notes app.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. So you listen to music a lot too.
Yeah, I do. I really like music.
But you're on Instagram almost 10 times more. More.
That's crazy. I hate that. I would like to really change that about myself.
Are you on Reels?
Yeah, probably mindlessly scrolling.
Okay. What is your algorithm like?
I want to see what my For You page looks like because sometimes there'll be too many pretty dark-haired athletic women on it, and I have to start watching more food videos.
Oh, you're like,
You know
no,
what I
beef,
mean?
beef.
Yeah, so literally we have like Caleb Heron, cheesesteaks, and Julia Garner,
That's
which I
hot.
think does kind of like cover my interests.
So food on social media, I mean, makes sense for you.
Yeah.
Caleb Heron, green flag.
Incredible.
I think overall a great influence on everyone. And then what was the third thing?
Julia Garner.
That's different from Jennifer Garner from 13 Going on 30.
Julia Garner was Ruth in Ozark, and she was on Last Meals recently. She's an incredible guest. She was in Weapons.
Oh yeah, her character in Weapons was very perfectly
She's an
flawed.
incredible actor. Really good taste
Very
in food.
talented. And
Very talented.
Really good taste in food, you
Yeah,
said?
really interesting because I also married a blonde, curly-haired New York Jew who grew up in the theater.
Well, all right.
My wife Julia.
At least he's consistent, folks.
Are there any Shanes out there that you have a crush on?
I think Shane is a gorgeous mix of many attractive actors. Tom Hardy, Jeremy Allen White. What's his name from, not the Umbrella Academy. It's the one actor. He looks so much like him, especially when he wears glasses. It's that movie that had Michael Caine and like where they wear suits.
Kingsman?
Kingsman.
Yeah, what's that guy's name? It's not like Taron Edgerton.
Edgerton? Taron Edgerton?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a gorgeous mix of those guys.
Yeah.
And I'm a fan.
Nice.
What was the first internet video that stuck with you?
Oh.
You mentioned E-Bombs World and things.
Oh no, we didn't talk about a bad part of the internet that we.
What is it? What is it?
Oh no, like rotten.com.
Josh, let's have it.
Oh yeah, I don't know, like
Sounds familiar.
No, look at don't look at They actually had to introduce new that legislation in Washington State after that.
I heard
I don't want to
audible
talk about it, but I
winces from the
forgot.
room.
I forgot about a part of the internet that I was on.
And you're almost in fetal position.
I didn't want to watch it. My brother was older and he showed it to me. And he said, "You're not cool unless you watch this video." I was like 11 or 12 when I watched it. We shouldn't see that.
We should not see that.
No one should
listen,
see
if
that.
there's
No
one
one
thing
should do that.
If there's one thing we've talked about on this show, it's when we saw things too young.
Too young.
Too young.
I didn't like that video.
Okay.
I still
Noted, Josh.
I think I can't watch body horror. I haven't seen The Substance.
I can't do body horror. I haven't seen The
Really?
Substance either. The Alien makes me physically squirm in my
Yeah.
seat. I can't.
I can't do it.
Similarly, what about the most recent video that has stuck with you?
Internet Shaquille talking about why restaurant burritos are better than homemade burritos.
Oh. Internet Shaquille? Who's that?
Internet Shaquille, he's a great cooking content creator that I think has like very similar ideals to mine, except I think he's probably like put them into practice better in terms of like, hey, we should really make sure that the content that we put out online when it comes to food is like helpful and beneficial to people.
Yeah, instead of like cooking Pokemon.
Yeah, actually, yes.
Okay, next question. Does the phone eat first?
No. No, the phone does not eat first. I try to, if I'm especially going out with friends, like I try not to even take a single picture of food. If I want to like put people on to the restaurant because I like the owners, then I'll post. But no, absolutely not. The phone does not eat first. I go to concerts and I take no photos or anything. I think we all like really, really need to get back to being okay just existing and not posting.
There's people online who say that the taking the photo of your food before eating it is almost like a prayer because it's like thanking and being grateful for your food. What do you think of that?
Oh, no. No, it's not like a prayer at all. Absolutely not. No, it is not. It is the opposite of a
As
silent
someone who-
moment of reflection of gratitude. It is literally the
yes.
opposite. Yeah.
No. And
That's cool that they said that, though. I
With
like
your
that.
upbringing and my Mormon upbringing, like, yeah, no, it is not a prayer. Okay.
Well, it's like when people are like cigarettes are kind of like prayer because it's the ritual of breathing in and the ritual of breathing out. And I'm like, I see what you're saying, but also I don't think cigarettes are like
no,
prayer.
it's not the same.
Yeah,
It's simply not the same, man.
Or no, cigarettes are like meditating. That's the thing.
Next question. Finish the sentence. This is running on empty.
What?
Finish the sentence.
Okay.
This is running on empty.
Gas tanks.
This is running on empty food review.
This
I'm
is
shocked.
running on empty food. What?
He's like one of the biggest food reviewers.
Wait, this
I
guy?
think.
review bra?
Hello everyone! This is Running on Empty Food Review.
I'm sorry, I haven't watched enough. I really don't. I've watched a lot of Johnny Harris videos. You guys watch Johnny Harris?
No.
He's like the Cleo Abram of kind of politics and demography.
Okay, so you're looking at a lot of politics online intentionally, like you're seeking it out. Because like I think I just like follow at accounts and let the articles come at me as I scroll. But you're like going.
It's always generally related to some sort of like sociology or like food. Yeah. A lot of Dr. Mike Warshawski in my diet. He has a really incredible podcast where he has like real experts on there.
Okay.
I'm listening to one right now with the metabolic researcher that RFK fired. It's a really incredible episode.
Oh, spicy.
I feel like I'm kind of worried about your verdict at the end here. I'm kind of worried that you're going to be like, you are not allowed online because we're worried you are the Unabomber. You know?
No, Josh.
Okay, good.
Josh, do you Google yourself?
No, occasionally I would go on Twitter and I would search my name, and I would go on Reddit and I'd search my name.
Ooh.
I used to do that, and I fully stopped doing that.
Ooh.
But now sometimes I'll search my name on TikTok because I've like deleted all the other apps. Ooh. Don't go on Reddit. And it was actually Shane who influenced me to not go on Reddit.
Okay, so you used to kind of search yourself up on things.
My wife has Google Alerts set up for my name.
Whoa.
And she tells me things.
Whoa.
Yeah. All good things.
All good things?
So she was a publicist and still kind of like works in PR.
Oh, so she's working when she's just married to you?
Yeah. I don't know. Is that a bad thing? Her brother is also like an actor, like a stage actor, like Broadway guy, and like she like has Google Alerts set up for his name as well.
Huh.
And I think it's just in like a very sweet way.
I think it's a caring. I definitely think it's a caring act for sure. All right. Next question: can you leave the house without your phone?
Yes. The only thing is sometimes my wife Julia, who I love, she has that like more anxious kind of thing of like, did you make sure the oven was off? Were the cats fed? Were the cats not killing each other? You know? But no, I still do
communication with her.
Yeah, but I still do leave the house without my phone a lot.
Ooh, like to go on a little walk or something? Or?
You know what I really love doing is I take a book and I skateboard to a coffee shop, and then sometimes if I'm feeling a little naughty, I skateboard to a bar after the coffee shop. I'll just walk into it. Yeah, am I not the coolest guy in the world walking into a bar with a skateboard?
Yeah, holy shit. Grown man.
Yeah, and that's one of my favorite things to do. And it's just me and a book. I read The Stranger by Camus recently because me and the boys, we started a book club. Boys, we still got to discuss The Stranger by Camus.
Oh my God. So you don't touch grass. You touch deck.
Skateboard
deck.
Oh yeah, I do.
Touch deck. Okay. Cool. What do you watch more on? Your phone, PC, or TV?
Oh, I think the numbers would probably say my phone, but it's like it's never quite deliberate watching. I really like sitting down. Oh, big thing. You start a movie on the TV and you put your phone away. No more phones during movies.
Yeah.
Don't do that anymore.
I agree. I cannot. I love just putting a movie on and fully focusing on it.
Yeah.
Like, even if I try to just put on a movie that I don't care about that much to just have on in the background while I'm doing stuff, I'm still like, I want to just stop and watch it and reappreciate all the things I love about it. So, okay. You're doing well.
Thank you.
You're doing well. Josh, okay, get your phone.
Okay.
What are your most used emojis?
Yeah, this is pretty accurate.
The shaka, the hands, this
Thanks,
one.
dude.
And the prayer hands.
Wait, so yeah, prayer hands is like, that's like, hey, thank you. And most of these are probably sent via Slack, right?
I use the prayer hands so much on Slack where I'm like, please, I'm so sorry,
and then
please.
thumbs up seems patronizing with emojis.
Yeah.
Thumbs up.
Cool. The
And so I do
shaka.
this instead.
So you've made it different.
And then the
What's
middle
the
one's
hands
my
one?
smiley face. But I think it technically says hug, and now I'm worried that people think I'm a where's my hug but digital guy, and now I'm a little worried.
I don't think you come across
It's
that
me going,
way.
If
If
you
anything-
updated the thumbnail. Yay.
Yay. For me,
Cool.
it's like, stay away from me. Thanks, bye.
Pending off. I do, wait, hold on. I want to see if this emoji is still in the top. Oh no, I've excised it completely from my top. I sent it to
Okay,
you.
he's texting. This is awesome. This is me and Josh's conversation since I've gotten this phone.
That's pretty
The
funny.
crying, laughing. I know. We need another one. Like there's like people will do like the streaming tears or the skull as like laughing so hard.
That's tears too, though. But they make fun of me for it.
Well, because that's the
Yuns.
crying, laughing emoji. But then there's the, oh, and it's the stream of
But that's
tears.
also for laughing?
Yeah.
The Gen Z, you've been making fun of me for using the laughing crying emoji when you're just using a different laughing crying emoji? What the hell is wrong with you?
I think they use like the skull and things more.
What does the devil mean? Is that still for sex?
The purple,
Yeah.
the purple devil one is horny.
Okay,
I
cool. You
think.
guys, you
But
got
some
that one
people
right.
Or just like hee 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 hee. And then my favorites. Let's see what mine are right now.
The
It kinda
eggplant's still
changes.
for, hey, do you want to go out to a locally owned Italian restaurant for eggplant Parmesan hoagies?
Whoa.
Because that's what I've been using it for.
You just said that to everyone. I have so many hearts in my most used. I have the just a person standing emoji and my classic the red furry devil one. That's
That fits your personality, the red furry devil one.
cute.
I can't stop thinking about eggplant Parmesan hoagies right now, though.
Yeah,
God,
that's the
doesn't it
first time
sound
I've
good?
heard of that sandwich combo.
Go
Sounds-
to Bay Cities, not gonna gatekeep. Well, this is a legendary spot, but Bay Cities Italian Deli in like Santa Monica. If you're ever like going to the beach, get one Godmother, which is like their Italian classic, and then get one eggplant Parmesan hoagie. Take that down
I
to the
think
beach.
I've gotten the Godmother before.
Yeah, it's like a really famous sandwich.
It is a really famous sandwich.
It's good.
I
People
thought
like to clown
okay.
on it. People like, yeah. It's one of those things where it's like it's meant to be like a weekday quotidian sandwich.
Like an experience.
You know, it's kind of like this is a very good sandwich. Sandwiches weren't supposed to be the best thing in the world when they made that sandwich.
But they can be. They
you know, and they can be. I agree with that entirely.
We talked about Googling yourself,
Yes.
but the next question is, what was your most recent Google search? Go.
I was Googling Amelia de Moldenberg Formula One show.
Whoa.
Have you guys seen Amelia de Moldenberg's
Yes,
new
I
Formula
have.
One
I
show?
follow her. You,
I was
you looking
Googling
at your
that.
competition?
Yeah, competition, the coworker. She hasn't been on Last Meals yet, and I met her once in person, and she was very sweet. But then I DM'd her and she didn't respond. So Amelia de Moldenberg, if you want to come on Last Meals, I think that'd be really cool. I googled LA Wine and Food Fest when, because I think I'm probably gonna go to that. I think it's gonna be a really nice time, and that's it. I'm mostly browsing on private though.
Oh.
Is that weird? People seem to think that's weird.
Browsing on private?
I don't know. Why wouldn't you use private?
That's interesting. So you cold DM people like Amelia de Moldenberg?
Sometimes I do, yeah.
Okay.
I like to
Ballsy.
think of it as a warm DM.
What's the most aspirational cold DM or lukewarm DM?
Ryan Reynolds. This was
Whoa.
yeah. Ryan Reynolds. Pre
Blake Lively controversy?
Yeah, all that. Which I'm so non-online that I have no idea what's going on with that. But it sounds legally messy.
I unfortunately know way too much.
It's like 3 years ago. I think it was after the Tom Hanks Last Meals episode. Ryan Reynolds just started following me on Twitter, and I was like, oh, surely that's like a corporate kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then I remember hearing a story about how Rob McElhenney and him became friends by Rob McElhenney sliding into his DMs. No, I think Ryan Reynolds DM'd Rob McElhenney saying how much he loved his dancing scene and It's Always Sunny.
No,
and
I
so
love their
I sent Ryan
relationship.
Reynolds like a really weird DM saying like, hey, I'm a 13-year-old boy and aviation's my favorite brand of gin and with this whole thing. And then I was like, I don't know why I lied about being 13, dude. I'm so sorry. I'm a big fan.
Oh,
and then he was like,
my
hey,
God.
I watched your episode of Tom Hanks and I really love Last Meals. I would love to come on. And we haven't made it happen yet, but I hope one day in the future that Ryan Reynolds.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I think I definitely see people as big as Ryan Reynolds continuing to be on your show. Amazing, amazing. Okay. How many unread texts / DMs do you have right now?
Let's see. Okay, texts, I've managed to keep it. No, right now it's 14, but it was at 8. But people have texted me since I've sat here. Stop it. Stop texting me. I don't want it. I just, simply don't want it. Just don't do it. Everyone's like, you don't respond to any text messages. And I'm like, I didn't want you to send it to me. And you did. And so there's that. But normally I keep it at 8. And I don't know where the 8 are.
What?
You know what I mean? I keep it at 8. And I know I have an unread text if I have 9. Because I don't know where the 8 unread texts are.
What?
Gmail says I have 51,999.
Oh,
996.
No.
And then Instagram, primary 4, general 4, requests 3. And then there's hidden requests. No, there's thousands of unread Instagram
Did you know
DMs.
in your emails you can search the word unsubscribe
What?
and then you can just select all and delete those ones because those are all emails
I
that.
don't know. Oh, and I just clicked into one of the unread DMs. It's just from a fan and I just saw the words "no offense, but," and so now I don't want to read that.
Oh no. Do you want to break it out? It's okay? You think it's okay? Are you okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
No offense, but
Has everyone ever looked at their phone and has gone, I feel better now?
no, I mean, that's what,
Stop it.
trust me.
Break it with a hammer.
Last question. What is your current wallpaper on your phone?
My current wallpaper, it's Tacos al Pastor from Tacos Leo.
With the pineapple on it? That
maybe.
looks fantastic.
Yeah, really great. And so I thought about having a picture of like me and my wife, or just my wife, or my wife and the cat. And then I was like, well, this is a really nice picture of tacos, and it kind of looks wallpapery.
It looks wallpapery. It's very on brand for you, Josh.
Thank you.
Josh, we've learned a lot about you. I think legally your name is Joshua over Scherer,
Yes.
or Share, as your grandmother says. Josh, you're not allowed online. I think, and it's not only for the internet's good, but it's for your own good, okay? It's worn you down. You're literally frothing at the mouth to hammer your phone to pieces.
Yeah.
I think we're just going to call it here. You're not allowed online.
Thank God.
You are
thank
hereby
God.
banned from the internet. You must continue life without it.
Yeah, as of this new ruling, I'm suddenly a free agent on the job market. If anybody has any private chefing gigs that you'd like me to do, I'm pretty good at animal wrangling, mostly lizards. Prep cook, dishwasher, I'll sweep floors, I'll do anything. Just get me off this goddamn internet.
Okay, the judging has been ruled. Josh, thank you so much for hanging out with me today.
Thank you for having me. No, I love you. I love your work. I love the fact that you have this show and that you do appreciate the internet culture or are very interested in it. I like talking to people who nerd out about things.
I just love talking to you, period. We yap so much. I love that we go to the same gym. We get to see each other, chat a little bit, and go about our day. I have been very inspired by your hard work and your perseverance in everything.
Thank you. May you have the biggest ass at Smosh.
Thank you. We will get there naturally. Thank you guys for hanging out with us, and we hope you feel better leaving the internet today than when you opened it. Love you. Goodbye.
Mwah.